Hickok 45 here. We're in Friendship, Indiana at the spring national shoot of the National Muzzleloading Rifle Association. We're down in the valley here in this little village town called Friendship. It takes place every fall and spring. I've been coming to it for 25, 30 years at least, I guess, off and on. So what we wanted to do was bring you just a kind of a look at it and give you a flavor for what goes on here. It's not something I've seen a lot on, to tell you the truth. I've run into a lot of shooters and even people who like muzzle loaders, and you mention Friendship, Indiana, and you get a blank stare. Hey, this is Mecca, at least in this part of the country, for muzzle loading. Flintlock, cap lock, whatever. And that's what it is. There's a huge flea market in conjunction with it, but by and large, the main attraction is the fact that you have a large number of vendors who deal in all sorts of things, from buying flint to axes, tomahawks, knives, moccasins, and all the primitive stuff, basically going back to 1830s, 1840s, along in there, maybe 1850s. You do see some cap lock, percussion, revolver, all kinds of things here. But it's a match, as you can hear in the background. Everybody firing, all the gunfire, it's competition. So they're actually competing on metal silhouettes. Oh, I just heard somebody hit a big heavy one way up there at 1,000 yards, I think. And then a lot of it's paper. Most of it is paper. So it's been going on forever. And so we just want to give you some sights and sounds and give you an idea of what it's like. A lot of you may not have a clue that anything like this even exists, and it's just, I look forward to coming just about every year we make it. Behind me are the headquarters for the National Muzzleloading Rifle Association. I'm an occasional member. I let it lapse every now and then, but I'm usually a member of this organization as well. And if you like muzzleloading at all, this is something you want to put on your to-do list, because it's a pretty unique adventure. It really is. So anyway, take a look at some sights and sounds from the day, and hopefully you kind of enjoy that, and we'll talk to you later. So you can see here at Friendship, they shoot both metallic silhouettes, as I like, and then also paper targets for score. So there's different types of shooting that go on, and obviously different ranges. I'm not sure what that is. That's out, there may be 1,000 yards out there up on the hill, I'm not sure. But they have a lot of fun with all sorts of calibers and types of rifles. It's really neat, because every now and then you hear a clunk. They drop one in at 1,000 yards on steel.
I'm making another one of these.
What kind of stand is that?
It's a wash stand.
Oh, a wash stand.
Yeah, this dries in the ground.
Hey.
And a metal wash pan sets in here.
Cool.
Your washcloth goes here, and your bar of soap sets in here.
Ah,
You
hey.
just push it in the ground. That way you've got some place to do your washing up in camp.
Cool. My wife would like me to use one of those in the backyard, stay out of the house.
Yeah, I'm making another one right here for a lady.
Pretty neat.
In the process of finishing it up.
Okay. We were hoping you were making something really cool, like a gun barrel, too.
No, I don't do those here. I am getting ready to make trunnions for a cannon.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's something everybody needs.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, I've got to remake the hardware to fit on here, the straps, and hold the cannon on the carriage.
It's neat. I love to watch a blacksmith work.
Yep.
It's fascinating. I think everybody does. You don't make knives too, do you?
The other blacksmith in here makes these.
Okay.
Yeah, some of those are Damascus steel.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This one has 100 layers in it. This one has 184 layers in it.
Wow.
And that's what's called a ladder pattern.
Okay.
And that's the description of the twist
Okay.
and the layering process.
Neat. Now, you guys just work here during the shoots?
Yeah, this shop's just open during the shoots.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's the only time I'm here. Okay, pretty neat. Well, thanks for helping us out there.
You're welcome.
long as we got a breeze, we're okay. Huh?
Yeah.
For a cure for rheumatism, take this, place it in the brazier, and then you place this on the infected joint there by relieving the arthritic pain.
Is that because the burn hurts so much you forget about the arthritis?
So we're in the living history area here at Friendship, where people have set up tents. There are a few cabins here too. There are primitive muzzleloading chutes up in this part of the area too. But you have people who are tent camping, and they're cooking and living for the 2 or 3 or 4 days, however long they're here, just as families and folks would have, I guess I say camped. They would have lived back in 1830, 1840. So you don't see coolers. They're not supposed to have anything like that at all. If you look into these tents, everything is like going back into time. It's pretty neat. And plus, a lot of them have trade blankets where they have things out for sale. And it's really neat.
Oh, we don't play that game.
Hey, children. I
don't have to worry about it. It's got hurt.
Children. Breakfast.
It's a good view of the There's 1,000-yard targets way over there.
Go back down and buy $25 tomahawk.
You think so? You gonna throw your axe?
I didn't buy one yet.
You didn't? Just neat stuff everywhere you look. Guns and gun-related stuff. Oh, cannibal stall. See, a person can pick him out a piece of wood he likes here and make him a gun stock from scratch. And then buy you some moccasins.
They'll say, I got a fin here for you or something, and that's what I mean.
Our company didn't cut any lower than the power line. They caught top. Come out again. I run a chainsaw around that.
It's been a little
Best mistake they still make in the world. What I hear you. And we use raise small gardens out there, and always have fresh.
And there's another hawk maker, axe maker, H&B, famous, making fine axes. H&B Forge. cool. You're talking to Bill Keeler of Beaver Bill Forging Works, who makes some really interesting tomahawks here at the National Muzzleloading Rifle Association Spring Shoot, as it's called. Right. But as you all know, this is something I like to do a little bit, and probably going to buy one of these before I leave. But anyway, we're talking to Bill Keeler. He makes some of the really nice ones here. As you can see, you need something to club your dog or your neighbor with.
Yeah, there you go.
So, how do you make these things, Bill?
I use quality high carbon steel on almost everything. My pipe tomahawks are all forged out of black powder rifle barrels, sections of.
Like this one?
Yes.
Oh, man, that's cool.
They were, that was a traditional way of making it back in the 18th century. They didn't have the access to iron like we got today, so I used the same techniques and the same material. So we forged the pipe tomahawks out of old gun barrels.
That's cool.
A lot of the other tomahawks are just made out of high carbon steel, and we harden and temper everything. And I've been blacksmithing.
Oh, somebody's been smoking some funny stuff
there
in
you
this
go,
one.
right. I'm sure there's been a lot of funny stuff been smoked in them. But
no, this is really neat stuff. Knives, throwing knives, tomahawks, large tomahawk, heavy tomahawks. So just
I've been blacksmithing for probably 25 years, but I've been full-time for 16. In this way I make my living is forging what we call historical edge weapons, which is anything with a sharp point on it I can make.
they're really neat. I know I've been seeing you here for years. I come about once a year. How many years you been setting up here?
At least 12, close to maybe 15 I've been setting up here. I've been coming to Friendship for almost 40 years. But when I first started, I just came down and it was more of a place to have a big party than and it turned into a way of life for me after a while.
It's pretty neat. Pretty neat. And you've been set up right here too.
I've been right here, yes, almost 15 years right here on this corner, which is one of the nicer spots here.
Right here on the. Oh, I see. This is a progression of how you take to get a gun barrel. That's neat. You start with a gun barrel. Look at that. It eventually turns into one of these or something like it. Oh, I could do that. That looks easy.
Yeah.
I got a hammer and a Dremel tool.
Here you go. Yeah, I made several thousand. The people ask me, say, how long does it take me to make one of them? And I'd say, well,
I like that one.
the first one took me a week and looked terrible. I said, now I can do them pretty fast.
Now I could take this spear home and I could make me a real weapon with that.
Yeah.
A frog digger or something.
I call that my buffalo lance, but I sell a lot of them to guys that hunt wild boar.
Do you?
That's the reason I started making them. They wanted a lance to hunt wild boar with, so
wow.
You know, we do a lot of custom work.
And I like this. You got a lot of people hunt wild boar with one of those.
Yeah.
Now how's that for a cool knife? Even I couldn't break that one.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's my throwing knife style.
That's what you need for a throwing knife.
Yeah.
Nothing you can hurt, right?
Yep, they're heavy duty, so they're hard, you know. I guarantee all my stuff are getting kind of breaky, but these are made out of spring steel.
That's pretty sharp. I like these nifty little tomahawks too.
Yeah, that's what I call my...
What do you call that?
That's
Just
called
an
a belt axe.
Belt axe?
Yeah, just a small belt axe.
It's handy. Well, anyway, we just wanted to show some of the fine work here.
Sure.
There's a lot of cool stuff here, and this is some of the neatest, I think.
Well, I appreciate it.
So, but anyway, so we're going to take a hand load, just sneak away with it.
There we go.
I'm going to come back. I want to pick one of these out, the one that
Okay.
I want to buy one of these from you before I leave. Yeah. Well, you make some nice knives. Thanks for allowing us to video them.
American Shooter did a close-up of them and put them on national television.
Oh, did they? That's a beautiful knife. What's that about?
That heart was the man sign prior to 1860. They put it in the corner of the big gaming tables at the High Dollar Saloon. They carved them on the back of the handmade chairs in the home.
Now, what kind of sign was it?
It was the man sign.
The man
it
sign.
stood for, I'll give my life's blood for my family or my territory.
Okay.
You see a shooting pouch with a heart on it. when one of them died doing that, protecting family, it became a weeping heart. You'll see the little weeping hearts with a teardrop kind of at the bottom.
Neat.
Then the bail notch, that little bail notch was used because they cooked over an open fire, whether the fireplace in the cabin or the campfire.
Right.
Cooked in little metal pots with steel bales. That steel bale's hot. They had their knife on them at all times. Reach and get the bale, set the pot off the fire.
There you go.
The old knife makers did that. Nobody does it anymore with me, as far as I know.
That's cool. That's cool. I thought maybe it was a Valentine's symbol or something there.
No, it was the man sign.
That's
Later
neat.
on, when everybody became spoiled and rich, so to speak, compared to the old people,
Yeah.
it became the woman sign.
They took our heart.
Right. Yeah, I even put them in the hawks now.
Oh yeah.
Now, you don't break the handle out of this one,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
but this is an original design.
yeah.
And the reason they made them all one piece with no handles to trade to the Indians was because they could stack them all up in the boxes and put them in the dugouts and in the canoes.
Oh
To
yeah.
get them there.
Oh yeah.
And that goes back how far? How long?
This goes back to the original traders with the Indians.
Really? Solid metal like that.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, yeah. That would
Most
be a
of
really.
them weren't made here. They were made over in England
Uh huh.
or Scotland. And then finally they started making them here.